Life will willingly pay. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. I've got one of my favorite books here. I like to talk about this one a lot. It's one that I love going back to and just flipping through and finding random quotes from. The One Thing, J. Papasan and Gary Keller's book. Really good book. It really helps you to focus. I mean, some of the chapters I wouldn't completely agree with whole cloth, but it causes you to think. It asks the questions and sends you in a direction, and it really is a great challenging book in the sense that it is going to challenge you no matter where you're at in life, and that's what I like about it. So it's one that I like going back to. The one thing I wanted to pull out of the one thing for you today, though, was this poem, and you've probably heard it before. In fact, I'm pretty sure I heard it before reading this book, but I know it's in this book, so I could always come back to it. It's one of my favorites. It's by Jessie B. Rittenhouse. It's older poem. I believe she died in 48 or something like that. So I don't remember when the poem is from. I didn't look it up, but it's previous to then, 1948. And here it is, real quick. I bargained with life for a penny, and life would pay no more. However, I begged at evening when I counted my scanty score. For life is just an employer. He gives you what you ask. But once you have set the wages, why, you must bear the task. I worked for a menial's hire, only to learn dismayed that any wage I had asked of life, life would have willingly paid. It's a very simple concept, but it's the idea that you need to, well, initially I would say that it comes down to the thing that Larry Winget says, life is your life is your own damn fault, right? And so there's a certain amount of responsibility that falls on all of us, especially after we're adults. And we could, like I said, there's lots of fault to be placed all around, and you can say a whole bunch of things is anybody else's fault, but in the end, it's your responsibility. Your life is your responsibility. And really, it's up to you to kind of define where you go next and what you expect from it. The expectation is what makes the biggest difference. And if you expect great things have a greater tendency to happen than if you don't expect great things. And so you kind of have to define a lot of these things. Things are always going to happen that are out of your control, and they're always going to come out of nowhere, in both good things and bad things. But if you expect great things to happen, oftentimes things will get better. It's a strange thing. And I think it's tied to faith in some way, but you have to expect great things. And that's what this is. This is basically any wage that you ask of life, life will willingly pay. I believe that to be true. I believe it's not just about, this isn't a money thing. This is about what you get out of life, the experiences you get out of life, the meaning you get out of life. If you ask for more, you'll get more. The old knock on the door shall be opened, all that, Simple concept, simple idea, and what I think is a beautiful poem that just hits on the simplicity. So I'm just going to leave it at that for tonight. If you haven't had a chance to grab my book, 9 Ways to Amazon Proof Your Business, you can still get a free copy. If you're watching this within a reasonable point of time of when it was recorded, go check out AmazonProofBook.com. You get a free copy of my book, or you can go buy it wherever books are sold. Other than that, you have a great night. We'll be back here tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.